Greetings, YouTube. No, the screen is not malfunctioning. I'm about to demonstrate a new flashlight. So, you're looking at the distance from the length of my bedroom, which is pretty much the largest room in the house, which I can turn the lights off on. And the flashlight in question, details to follow, is in the current flood mode, which has a pretty good spread. I mean, you're looking at almost the entire wall on the other end of the room, and I'm not aimed at the center of the room. There's just a curtain there, and it's a dark object. There is a ring, an obvious ring, because there is a large glass lens in front of this particular LED. Now, the reason I'm finagling this around is that this particular flashlight has a sliding feature which allows the lens to be moved forward. And there you have the tight focus. And as you see, the tight focus is really quite tight. And you're actually looking at that those rectangles and the overall square shape is actually the circuit board for the LED in question, which kind of makes me smile because you can actually see the shape of the circuit board in the light itself. And if you pull back, it goes into flood mode again. And this is not an exact process, and you can't really lock it in place. It is very much something you're going to have to do with your fingers to hold it in place. But it is a nice feature, and it works remarkably well. I mean, that's a tight focus right there. And again, you've got some nice flooding in that regard. It's really quite cool. Now, details to follow. Greetings, YouTube. Now we're back in some better lighting conditions to actually show off the flashlight in greater detail. This is a solid-bodied aluminum flashlight that uses a single AA battery, which is very nice because it means that acquiring batteries is going to be, dirt simple. They're available everywhere. They're pretty much ubiquitous. It obviously comes with a built-in removable pocket clip, which has a hole here, which you probably use as a lanyard attachment point if you so wanted to. I don't know if you can get paracord through there. You might be able to squeeze it in there, or just put it through the loop itself. It's fairly strong. It was actually it's pretty stiff. I haven't tried it to use it, but it's definitely not going to slip off your pocket if you choose to. These two flat spots make me think that it was originally intended to have some kind of printing or engraving done there, like the kind of thing you might give away to someone. This is the mechanism here that allows you to go from flood to tightly focused. And this is the reason that the tightly focused bit works. That is a very thick lens. And you push it here, it puts out a lot of light. It is quite impressive in the amount it does in fact put out. It has a single push button on off, which is below the surface, which I like for a number of reasons. One, because if you throw it into a pocket or a bag, it's not going to be easily depressed. My finger is just barely touching it, and so if you're going to not have to worry about it going off in your pocket and draining the batteries, it also means that you can handle it if you want to do it in the flood mode and bounce light off of your ceiling, which is quite useful in a dark situation because you can get a remarkable amount of flooding in a room bouncing off a lightly colored ceiling. But I think they missed an opportunity here. This is a smooth button, and I think it would have been superior if it had some kind of texturing. And I think they also would have done better off if they had made this from material that was glow in the dark. It's a missed opportunity, but nothing's perfect. Now, as far as, is this, the perfect EDC flashlight? No, it is not, because while you can make this, you can easily do that with one hand, and you can easily hold it like this, or, if you prefer the finger method, very comfortable. You can't hold this in any position on its go, but as soon as you touch it, it's going to move again. So that's a little problematic. It's just aluminum on aluminum friction there, so there's no way to really set it in place. Maybe you could get some tape in there or something and tighten that up a little. I'm not sure. It's really tight. As far as I don't think there's a lot of space in there. Maybe one layer of nylon tape might do it, Teflon tape or something like that. The thing I don't like about this is this right here is what you have to remove to get the battery in. And there is no texturing on this. And you can grab it and turn it, but it's not easy. You really have to reef on it to get it moving. And I would prefer if it were a little tighter than it is. It's kind of awkward. And there is an O-ring, which is nice. Again, single AA battery spring in here, but it's kind of awkward to get it going because there we go. Because it's got no knurling, and that's the one place that I think you should have had some kind of texturing. Even some of this type of texturing right there, which obviously they had the technology to do it, they could have put them there and made your life a little easier. It has a bunch of extraneous flutings here, which I don't think really do anything. This isn't going to generate enough heat to really require cooling fins. But I mean, I paid like $8 for this, so I think it was well worth the cost. I think it's a cool little flashlight, and it's the one that's sitting on my desk at the moment, as like the one I reach for when I need to use something.